Kiumia githiru thiini wa tabarira ya njera-ini ciitu ni twarekereirie uhoro wa keha wa uria muiritu umwe aikaraga ethikiire njera thutha wa kwaga gwitikania na matua ma igoti iguru ria mahitia maria ekwagirwo. Muohwo uyu ni gatagati ka oho aingi aria mathiete na mbere na kuregana na thitango ciao na itumi itiganite. Indi oro guku njera-ini kuri na oho angi metikirire mahitia maria makuruhanitio namo na magitua itua ria guthie na mbere na miturire ya njera. Umwe wao ni mutumia uyu ndaikarite ihinda inene kuma agathikwo kioho, indi agathikitwo kioho kia gutura njera muturire-ini wake wothe.
Nasema ya kwamba kuja huku nilikuja mwezi wa sita mwaka wa 2017. Mine has no date here because I was sentenced to death. Yeah.
Mutumia uyu ona ataikarite njera ihinda rinene kuona ndararekererio na ihenya, riu eigiranitie na wira wa gutungata oho aria angi atumia na iritu guthoma. Uyu ni Mwarimu.
How are you? Okay, I don't know whether you can remember what we learned yesterday about parts of speech. Who can remember parts of speech?
Na to Mwarimu tu, ni Mwarimu wina ugi munene ma wa kurutana ruthiomi rwa githungu.
Somebody to point out the reporting verb in that sentence. The reporting verb said, very good. You are dealing with what? Direct and indirect speech. Now here you can see these quotation marks here.
Athomithagia ruthiomi rwa githungu na njira ya mwanya niguo gutigirira arutwo ake ni mahota kunyita mathomo.
And I just don't believe in knowing English. I believe even in the words, the pronunciation of words. My role model in English was my English teacher in high school by the name Marilyn Fisher from California. That's why I love English. It was because of my English teacher. It is very good to know English because English is profitable, especially when you are traveling outside there. Could be you're going to America or...
Athomithagia arutwo akimaganagira haria thabari yake ya gutuika mwarimu yambiriirie.
You know, when I was growing up, I wished very much to become a police officer like my dad. That was my dream, you know. I could look at the coats of arms on the cape, you know. I used to admire my dad. But now, after school, I came to like teaching. And I loved it. Then I went to college, and I found out after my college and I started teaching, I discovered that teaching is my calling and I do it with passion.
Wira wake wa guthomithia ndarawambiriria guku njera, akoretwo ari mwarimu miaka mingi.
Out there, I had been a teacher for many years. Yeah, so my profession was teaching. I used to teach in Dagoretti. And my specialties were CRE and English.
Arehetwo njera thutha wa gutabania ngero njuruma ya kuraga muthuri wake uria aroiga mari na ngucanio nake cia mahinda kwa mahinda.
A normal domestic issue that turned tragic. I would say that. Now, being here, it's not the end of life. Being here, I thank God I'm not dead. I'm alive, so life goes on. I will do anything to better my life here. I will get into programs that are constructive. For example, like right now, I'm volunteering at school, and that gives me a peace of mind. I'm also a paralegal. I'm learning the basics of the law. I help my fellow inmates when they come to me with the basic matters of law, like drafting the appeals, the reviews, the petitions, and it makes my day and at the same time hoping that God one day will get me out of this place. Jela si jengo, jela ni watu. Living with them, it is the hardest thing. Kuishi na wamama ambao wametoka mbalimbali, mko na backgrounds tofauti, that one is now, hiyo ndio sasa jela. It's not easy, lakini lazima ujifunze kukaa nao. Yeah.
Giko giki ona ataikarite muno ni kiambiriirie kumugia agikuruhanio nakio na muno makiria eta mwarimu. Gikiro kiria atangiciririo no atabanie giko kingicokia na thutha gitio kia utungata wake, indi akoiga ona mundu atikite atia kaingi njira cia kurigiriria marakara ni ciagaga na mundu gwikora atabanitie ngero ta ino.
A human being is not an angel. We make mistakes. We make mistakes. And let's say when somebody is angry, when you are pushed to the wall, when you've had it, whatever happens in anger, you regret afterwards. So that was my situation. I did not plan for it, but it just happened. Yeah, it just happened. You know, sometimes even I look at myself and I ask myself, how did I reach here, you know? But what I can say is the emotions, that is anger. Anger is a very bad emotion, you know? When you are very angry, in the heat of the moment, you can do something that you wouldn't believe. Sometimes I think about it. And sometimes when they come to see me here, well, sometimes I feel like shedding tears, you know? Because they really believed in their teacher, you know? To them, Mwarimu hangefanya kosa. Na nilifanya.
Uhoro wa kumakania ni ati aroiga atabanirie ngero ino muthenya wa Kiumia aumite kanitha.
Nasema ya kwamba mtoto wangu alikuwa ashafunga shule na mazoea yangu ni kwamba angefunga shule na muweka kwa gari anaenda nyumbani. So alikuwa ameenda nyumbani. Na mimi nilikuwa nimebaki kumaliza mambo kadha wa kadha, ndio nifanye nini? Nimfuate. Sasa hiyo siku ilikuwa siku ya Jumamosi na tukaenda Shauri Moyo Baptist Church. Tulikuwa na mashindano ya kwaya ya wamama wa Baptist wa Nairobi. So nilikuwa nimeenda kule and I spent my day there. So when I came back in the evening, that is when the unexpected happened.
Ona ari na mweke wa guthie na mbere na muturire wake njera-ini, ni arathingata andu gwithema ngucanio na muno cia kimucii, muno makiria kuri andu mahikanitie.
I would first of all tell young people that marriage is not a bed of roses. That's one, they should know. Two, there is no graduation in marriage. Whether you have stayed in it for 10 years or 30 years or 40 years, you know, domestic issues, they never change. They are the same. So what do? It is you to control yourself. Had I known that if I did that, I'll come to a place like this, I'll control myself. And just to prevent being in prison, because when you're in prison, it's like the clock stops. Yeah. So if there is, let's say if there is an issue in the house, let them sit down sober. Because if you're angry, you will not listen to the other person. Let them be sober and let them sort out the issues. And if you feel that the kitchen is too hot for you, run, because if someone gets annoyed, whether it's a wife or a husband, they can finish you. Run, go to a safer place, and could be when you have cooled down, you come back and discuss the issues.
Hihi angikorwo ndatabanirie ngero iyo, muturira wake ungiikarite atia hamwe na family yake?
Kama singeshikwa na ndani, ningekuwa nakaribia retire. After retirement, it's just to relax. Could be with my son, with my grandchildren, if God would bless me then.
Ni arahera muno ni gutabania ngero ino.
Mimi nasema ya kwamba maisha ya mtu ni muhimu sana, na ukichukua maisha ya mtu, iwe kwa hasira, iwe kwa nini, unadhuru jamii yote. Kwa mfano mimi nasema ya kwamba wanisamehe, hakuna kitu ambacho unaweza fanya kirudishe uhai wa binadamu, na kupoteza ama kuchukua maisha ya binadamu si kitu rahisi, na waomba tu familia inisamehe, lakini kile kitu nataka wajue ya kwamba sikupanga kufanya hivyo. Sikupanga kufanya hivyo. Najua walikuwa na machozi machungu sana kwa sababu yangu, na hapo siwezi kusema ni walifanya vibaya, la, ilikuwa ni kawaida. Lazima wangehuzunika. He was working with the Ministry of Devolution. He was a civil servant.
Jetago Simon Kibe.
Naweza kuambia kwamba kiburi hakisaidii, maringo hayasaidie, kutoshuka chini hakusaidii. In fact, ukiendelea kuwa na kiburi utajipata mahali kama hapa, kwa sababu jela ni kama hospitali, huwezi jua ni lini utakuwa mgonjwa uingie.
Tafarĩra ya njera-inĩ citũ.